Well, well, well. I guess it's time we address the elephant in the room, and it is the now viral video of MrBeast that is making its rounds on YouTube. I worked for MrBeast. He's a fraud by a former employee of MrBeast named DogPeck404. It's already at 1 million views in 3 days ago, which is kind of old, in my standards. I try to get a video out as soon as possible. I've been letting it sit for a little bit. Little bit more people get information out there. Rosanna Pansino, as well as a few people who have been a part of the Amazon exclusive Beast Games, have come out with some allegations about being harmed and having broken bones and not being fed and not being, able to get water, things like that. So it's kind of serious. It's getting pretty wacky. But before we dive into that, I guess I can kind of elaborate on who this DogPeck404 guy is before I share his video with you. So a few days ago, Drama Alert posted this saying, MrBeast's alleged former employee reveals all. Drama Alert attempted to reach out to MrBeast to verify his employment status, but we got no response, to which he would shortly update that with, we can now 100% confirm this person did in fact work for MrBeast. And we have this video of this guy showing the NDA. Why the heck is my video all the way down there? I don't understand how Twitter works. I'm old. We have this video that shows the NDA. Okay, we have him in the car. This guy's driving through MrBeast's compound. I don't know what this is. And this is the guy in the video. And he's basically saying that, the Kris Tyson allegations, all of those serious things that are coming out and being revealed, it's just the tip of the iceberg.
My name's Dawson. I worked at MrBeast from February to May of this year, 2024.
See, he shows rippling, it's payday, peace out. MrBeast YouTube just paid you for working from February 1st to 14th. He got paid $2,225 for about 10 days of work. That's some good ass money. I want that.
Of this year, 2024 to May of this year, 2024. Kris is the tip of the iceberg. And when Jake the Viking says MrBeast knew, yeah, MrBeast knew. I heard many times that Kris Tyson, is a major liability, but they can't get rid of her because she's already threatened legal action. Everything that she knew, everything other people know, I promise you on everything MrBeast has done. Amazon, if you can get your money back, get your money back.
Yeah, so this video was posted on July 23rd. It's now July 27th, right? So 4 days ago. Since then, so many more allegations have come out against Kris Tyson. We now have somebody who is claiming that they were sexually assaulted. Me, after looking into it, it might not exactly be sexual assault, but that's what they're defining it as. So you can go ahead and find out that on my last video. But everything is just getting a lot more worse. And now, of course, this person would drop this worked for MrBeast video. He's a fraud. 1 million views since 3 days ago. Majority likes. Okay, there's very few dislikes and there's very few people who are kind of trashing on it. Papa Gut is a reaction streamer who I've seen reacting to it, and a lot of people are bashing it because he didn't really react to it. He just kind of sat in the corner and said, "This is such a stupid video. This sucks. MrBeast owns you, little bro." No, he didn't say that, but not a very valid criticism because this video is very well made, very in depth.
Do you think attention
and
is the most
goes over a lot of, this is the guy that we just saw in the video from before, right? It goes into a lot. This is a year worth of research, right? And it goes into things like an illegal lottery, how MrBeast fakes giveaways, how he fakes winners, he chooses winners ahead of times, and he tricks his young fans. He'll be like, if you guys buy a merchandise right now, you will get free money, you'll get a free phone, you'll get my Fortnite skin.
So I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to go place an order at shopmrbeast.com. Anyone watching any of the lives, and we're gonna throw iPhones in some of them.
If you go buy my chocolate, you'll get free money, you'll get free this, and surprise, nobody gets that free stuff, right? And now we have this video, of course. Remember, Rosanna Pansino tried calling out MrBeast, and everybody kind of trashed on her. They were like, this random girl who used to be popular for the Nerdy Nummies YouTube channel is calling out MrBeast for faking his pranks, and apparently all it was not pranks, why did I say that? His videos, because he edited in a way to make her footage seem more entertaining, because apparently she was hiding the whole time in a hide and seek video, by the way. And so they edited it in a way where it was more exciting.
I tried really hard and I was top 3. And so it was so weird to see the video and they're like, oh, these 3 guys are top 3. And I felt so like, what?
She caused a big stink about it and everybody was like, she's just a hater, right? But more has come out about the MrBeast Games, and she has another statement for it. So these serious allegations just keep coming out that MrBeast is running this, I don't know what you would describe it, a facade, a trickery, a big, not a scam. Again, we're not going to take away from the fact that he has done some amazing work for YouTube. He's helped blind people, he's helped build trees, he's gotten trash out of the ocean. But, for every step of that ladder that he's taken up, he's had to stomp someone down. Whether that be Rosanna Pansino, whether it's been the millions of young subscribers that he has tricked and scammed and lied to. He knows his fan base is all children. They're all little people, okay? They're not the little people that Kris Tyson likes, but they are little people. And he knows that, and he knows that if they're not little people that are lying about their age, saying they're 18, they're probably going to be using their parents' phone, saying they're 40. Things like that. And this video does a great job of kind of diving into that. I don't want to show the whole video because I think it's really worth watching. Put it on like 1.5 speed, listen. You get an hour worth of great footage. He goes into everything. He talks about the hypocrisy of YouTube and how people have went after Jake Paul and RiceGum and all these other creators for scamming and tricking and deceiving their fans, and somehow MrBeast is the one person who's been able to get away with it because he does good things and his content isn't hurting anyone, and he comes across as this person who's making these real videos. And now the more things are coming out that they're not real, they're fake, the people in the videos are, predetermined to win, or they're friends or family of MrBeast or the staff, things like this are starting to come to light. And it's very, very interesting.
It is time for a video because I have received messages from over a dozen people involved with the current Beast Games. For those of you who don't know, Beast Games is a competition show ran by MrBeast that will be on Amazon Prime. It is being marketed as the biggest competition show ever. I'll talk more about that later. On to the messages. So the messages that I have received from contestants on the show are pretty much all telling a similar story, and I find them to be very disturbing. Some of the messages are from people who have competed and they've been eliminated. Some of the messages are from people who are still competing, and some of them are from people that I personally know who are involved on the show and still doing so. These people are genuinely upset about how things are going. They're scared for not only their own safety, but the safety of their friends who are still competing. They aren't doing this out of spite. They're doing this because they are afraid for themselves and for their friends. As of right now, I have 10 stories from 10 different people, and none of them have shared their stories with each other, and I will be talking more about them in the future. I have personally worked in entertainment and on sets for almost 2 decades, and what is going on here is beyond disgusting and extremely dangerous. I wanted to read you one of the messages with the permission of one of the contestants to give you an idea of why I'm so upset and why I simply just can't let this go. It's absolutely not okay. So I'm going to read to you her message. I was a contestant until the end. I also didn't accept their hush money. It was really bad. People were...
Okay, so it was really bad. People were having seizures because they were not getting medication, even though we were promised we would, and it was 100% rigged. They presented it as though the game would be like Squid Games, basically a type of game show where all the games are on an even playing field. That was not at all the case. All the games were about speed and strengths. So only young athletic males were at an advantage over the women and elderly people that were casted. To make things worse, men started realizing that they could take out the women without being eliminated. Guys started tackling and hitting women. 2 girls were tackled and passed out on the field and dragged off to continue filming. I saw people with broken bones, stitches, etc., and most were women. So something that was supposed to be this fun little Squid Game thing is more like freaking the Hunger Games. These guys are out here fighting for $1 million. I mean, what do you expect? You take, 1,000 regular people working 9 to 5s who can't pay bills, and you say, yeah, last person standing gets $1 million, and we can see freaking Peter Malark and Katniss Everdeen over here, throwing hands, breaking wrists, breaking arms for MrBeast, right? It's insane. It's getting serious, and so people are finally starting to realize, maybe Rosanna wasn't wrong. I mean, maybe, it was a bit of a silly complaint because it was entertainment at the end of the day for like charity or something, but 12,000 likes, 652 dislikes, 150K views so far. She posted this on Twitter as well. It might have a lot more views over there. But these allegations are getting pretty serious. And we have another one. We're given maybe 400 calories a meal and only fed every 12 hours. Food would run out and people would fight over, steal, and hoard food. Water was scarce and kept running out as well. I had to sit with a bloody pad for 2 days before I could get undergarments and my reusable pads because I'm allergic to regular pads. We were also sleep deprived, only allowed to sleep 3 to 4 hours, and we all slept on the floor of the stadium in a $10 sleeping bag. Sounds a lot like my living. No. I mean, besides the 3 to 4 hours part, that's kind of true. But again, these are super inhumane conditions for someone who's one of the richest, not even the richest, the most successful YouTuber of all time. 300 million subscribers, by the way. We're not talking about some, 1 million subscriber dude who's, making a little bit of chump change. It's MrBeast got to be making hundreds of $1,000,000 a year. And if you can't afford to feed these people and house them, not really house them, but give them a nice place to sleep, enough food to eat, enough time to rest, a nice, comfortable place to be while they're filming this for you, then maybe you shouldn't be doing it. It doesn't take a rocket scientist for that, right? And this is from someone who doesn't dislike MrBeast. Like, I defended him when originally Rosanna was calling him out because I thought it was funny. I thought it was silly. But now that I'm seeing that Rosanna seems to have known something about MrBeast, now that we're seeing all these things come out about Kris Tyson and, the creepy posters that were on their shared room, it's really interesting. Okay, now there's another one. I get that people say it's a game show and it's not meant to be easy. I'm not saying it should be easy, but it was presented to be like Squid Games, where competitions were not biased and didn't exclusively cater to young athletic men. It was an even playing field where people would bite cookies and then they would get executed. Nah. People who signed up for the Squid Games, not for American Ninja Warrior and Survivor. Why else would they cast elderly people on the show? They offered anyone who lost $1,000 to sign away their rights to join any kind of class action lawsuit of any kind. I didn't sign, so I did not get the money. After this article came out and things started blowing up, they called everyone back and decided to offer an additional $1,000 per person to make up for the inconveniences. Now this makes you wonder, what other games and what other videos has MrBeast done that has costed people, these horrible conditions, broken bones, broken arms, bloody pads, being stuck in their bloody pads, stuck in their PP underwear, who knows? It makes you wonder, what if these NDAs protected? What is MrBeast making these people suffer through and go through for clicks? I mean, at the end of the day, what point do you have to say, okay, maybe this is too far? Like, we can literally, someone can lose their life in this dumb little game for YouTube revenue. At what point is it too far? That's the actual question that I guess MrBeast will never know the answer to. They knew it was bad because they also offered to provide therapy sessions using their own insurance, and it wasn't Amazon Prime that called me. It was the MrBeast crew. We were set up to fail, and when men started tackling people to get them out, nothing was done about it. They were not even eliminated. The game that had to do with the briefcase, it felt literally like Hunger Games. While MrBeast is standing on his podium looking down watching all of us peasants fight for a chance at $5 million, I know it's a game show and it's not meant to be easy, but even with a waiver, it is a company's responsibility to have safety protocols in place to try to prevent injuries. That is not what is happening here. The fact that the nurses at the hospital in Las Vegas are also confirming all the injuries that happened is proof. They did not have to sign an NDA. So we have nurses that are working and seeing these people come in and they're like, Jesus Christ, like, your arm's hanging off, you're missing an eyeball. What happened? They're like, oh, I was playing MrBeast game. That's insane. I mean, I just made all that up. But still, broken arms, people coming in there, injured, very badly bruised up, probably, starving, malnourished. I don't know. I don't think you'd starve to death in like freaking a day, but still, it's wacky for a freaking game show that is under Amazon Prime. Again, if this is not proof that MrBeast is going too far, whether he's trying to or not, I don't think he's a horrible human being, but these allegations, these things, people, Rosanna Pansino, 14 million subscriber platform, and she's willing to put this statement out there for people to see. Only 156,000 so far, but still, she's risking 14 million subscribers to put this information out there for people to find the truth. Same with Dogpack 404, the former employee. These people are going out of their way, finally speaking up. Because for all we know, these people could have been scared of lawsuits, they could be scared of the crew, the NDAs. All of these things are legal issues that are very, very scary. They cost a lot of money, thousands of dollars, years of time. People don't want to waste and be stuck in a legal system, a legal binding. We have people like Rosanna who were, you know, pulling their big huevos out and saying, hey, I'm calling it out. Look at this one. 5 of us so far have tested positive for COVID. Also someone who was allowed to go in with pink eye, which is of course contagious. So you're walking in there expecting $5 million. You're getting the MrBeast variant COVID. You're walking out there with a stinky fart eye. And you're probably not going to get $5 million. You're going to get $1,000. You sign your little waiver, you get out of here. You might get a little Feastables chocolate for your troubles. It is insane.
Also contagious. Now, this contestant has shared even more details with me, and I'll keep you updated. I have even more statements to come. And just as someone who has worked in entertainment and on sets, huge professional sets for years, I've seen people being treated different ways, but this is absolutely unacceptable.
Oof. I mean, we already had a statement from MrBeast about the Kris Tyson situation where he was saying, you know, where you got a third party involved to look into it, blah, blah, blah. The same exact thing is happening with the person who was accusing Kris Tyson, Kris Tyson, of sexual assault. A third party investigation was involved and nothing came from it, right? So MrBeast clearly loves these third party investigators. I wonder if these are the same third party investigators that are going around ad limiting people's content, you know, content creators who are going out of their way to cover these situations. Their videos are being demonetized. You know, they're saying, oh, you don't get to, nobody's going to see this. It's hidden from search. It's hidden from recommendations, right? Are these the same people? Who knows, right? But anyways, a actual person who was a part of the MrBeast games has come out. This is from Drama Alert. This person, Janae743, has spoken out. They were in the MrBeast game.
Today is first morning, I guess it's afternoon now, that I've experienced being eliminated from the new MrBeast game challenge. They eliminated 400 people the first day. Those 400 people, the majority of them were forced by the other team members to be on the specific team they were. Some were just about like physically like assaulted to be put onto one team, which ended up making it like the weakest team, since it was a lot of like elderly people, petite women, and people that just, I mean, they weren't willing to take on 6 guys that were surrounding them trying to take their vest so that they can actually be on that. Of the 400 people that left, the majority of them, I'd say at least half, are all extremely depressed. I don't know if I can say extremely, but I definitely know that they are depressed. As far as I've heard from so many people that
Another thing, so you not only go in there, fart, pink eye, Feastables, $1,000, depression, broken bone, not a fun time. You know, it's not a fun time to be a minor. It's not a fun time to be a part of the MrBeast game. Wow.
Talk to personally, as well as people that I've spoken to that are employed by other organizations that are around like the games right now. A lot of people have come up and expressed that they are really not doing okay. It was so much work and exhausting to just get to that point to even be in the games, and then to be kicked out, and you kind of get ostracized. The staff, like, they become really cold towards you once you're actually kicked out. MrBeast does not talk to everybody, all his fans or anything, and I mean, like, there's so many different things. I'll keep giving updates on this, but like, MrBeast is a monster, and the games that he does are really cruel and sick. They actually had called a one kind staff member of the only three kind staff members that I came across that were like really concerned about the well-being of all the people that were so distraught, had actually come to me and asked me if I was okay, and I told them I wasn't. I told them that I wanted to die, and one of them had called a psychologist to come on set and talk to me, and that psychologist had even informed me shows like MrBeast, and I'm assuming probably similar type game shows, they kind of destroy the contestants. It is extremely psychologically damaging, and I really think that it should end. Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of updates that I'm going to give. I made a video last night when I was prepared and planning on myself last night.
Over Beast. Now this is kind of insane. I mean, I don't really know. I like to make jokes, but I don't want to make a joke about this. If you were that affected by the MrBeast games, there has to be something that horrible, you know, that these NDAs are protecting. Again, everybody is different. Some people are stronger willed, some people are weaker willed, whatever the case may be, but nobody should ever have to end their life or even want to think of ending their life over a game show. Won by Mr. Beast himself, you know, YouTube's poster boy.
Because I have already lost like everything else in my life, and being a part of MrBeast Games just for the experience of doing fun, unique activities, it gave me something to look forward to. It gave me something to be really happy and excited about. And then when they ripped it away, my first thought was to try and figure out some way that maybe I can salvage it somehow. Do you get money from the show? Yes and no. You get fake money while you're on the show, complete fake money, and then they take it from you right after they get their little shots done, and then they have you sign some paperwork where they tell you that they're going to send you the money at a later point in time. For me, it was supposed to be $1,000. That's like nothing.
That's what we heard last time. They give you $1,000 if you sign the lawsuit, right?
$1,000 for everything that we've gone through. And it takes 4 months. It was going to take 4 months to get to me.
That's worse than YouTube. YouTube takes a month to send me my $100 a month. 4 months for $4,000 from Mr. Beast. Bro could have just pulled his wallet out and said, here, get out of my face.
As Mr. Beast and his staff knew that I was homeless and had nothing when I went on the show, and I had to buy stuff for wardrobe to be on the show. Like, I did everything that I could to try and be able to stay on the show as long as I could. And then the people on the show, like, had such a hard time getting their medication. Many people, and these are prescription medications, many people, sometimes they hadn't gotten their medication for like 2 days. Some of it was like epileptic medication, like really vital, necessary medication. I know for me, every time I went to go and try and get my medication, I would have trouble as well. Sometimes just the lady distributing the medication, she would just give me a lot of attitude because I take my medication more than once in a day. And so when I come back, a second time or a third time, she would get irritated with me because I already got my medication. So it is Mr. Beast. Like he genuinely just wants to psychologically like disturb people. And that's exactly what his show is. And I've heard this from a lot of reputable sources now. That show really is destroying lives. And I sadly, I'm not going to be surprised if many people from the show that he's doing currently right now end up killing themselves. So today...
Oof, Jesus Christ. This is actually nuts. Like, we, in this past month, are witnessing the downfall, the crumbling of the largest YouTuber that people have always kind of wondered what the heck was he up to, you know? How the heck is Mr. Beast doing it? What's he plotting? What's going on behind the scenes? Things are finally coming out, and we've seen the breadcrumbs, you know, be sprinkled throughout the years that people have kind of either, you know, brushed away, swept away. And it's getting hard to, you know, defend it. Of course, you're going to have the 10-year-olds who say, you're just a hater. Mr. Beast is 300 million subs more than you. You're a hater. But from a human being perspective, a real human who, you know, works a real job and goes through real issues, you can start to see how these people are serious about this. Janae here is, you know, obviously in a low point of her life. That's not Mr. Beast's fault, but to go through the trauma of the Mr. Beast games as well obviously is not very helpful. And then we had Rosanna Pansino, who finally is being given a platform. People are finally listening and realize maybe she was onto something. You have Mr. Beast staff members who have been cooking up a video for a year now, who have put together this amazing list of all the hypocrisy and all the bad things that Mr. Beast has done, like lie and manipulate and trick children, young fans, encourage them to, you know, go to stores and move shelves around and buy Mr. Beast chocolate because it's so much healthier than the other chocolates. And if you buy this, you're going to get this money and this thing. The Mr. Beast era of YouTube is coming to an end. His best friend is a freaking creep. Literally in 39 minutes from the time I'm filming this video, this website, chriscott.github, is going to leak 500,000 messages from the Discord of Kris Tyson. It only, you know, is a matter of time before we see if Mr. Beast pops up in that list somewhere. And again, Rosanna said more people are coming. More things are coming out, right? There's been a website that covered this situation, the Beast Games, like a week ago, right? I didn't see anyone cover this. Dogpack404 here is the one who is leading the charge against Mr. Beast following the Kris Tyson situation. And while I don't want to see the downfall of the largest YouTuber, if all of these allegations are true, if these are all terrible people who are making millions of dollars off of the back and causing trauma and harm to people, I couldn't be more than happy. You know, I got my Tyson sig in one hand, my Beast sig, smoking both packs at the same time, you know? Because these creators are just not good people. They're not people worth being idolized. They're not people that are worth having 300 million subscribers. At the end of the day, these are bad people with platforms, right? Based on the allegations. MrBeast could be the nicest guy alive. These could all be people lying. Again, do your own research. Let me know down below what you think of the video and the entire situation. Go check out Dogpack. Go check out Janae. Go check out Rosanna. Go watch all their videos. Go look into it yourself, please. And I appreciate you watching. Subscribe, like, peace out.